Welcome to the True Love Secrets Telesummit. Today we have with us the most beautiful and talented Charlene Byars. Charlene is a relationship expert and dating and love coach. She's also a feminine embodiment practitioner and certified empowerment coach through the SWAT Institute. Her specialty is helping single, successful career women attract devoted masculine men and find their aligned partner, their best friend lover. She draws on her over 20 years of experience in helping hundreds of women heal their hearts and find love. She teaches women how to be in a successful romantic relationship, and she is passionate about women having amazing relationships with themselves and the people they love. And even more passionate about helping women to find the right men for them from the beginning. Welcome, Charlene.
Oh, wow. I feel so special. Thank you so much. What a great introduction. Hello.
Hello.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here. And this is such a great opportunity, for us to be able to talk about love and relationships and all the good things. So thank you for having me.
Oh, you are welcome. It's our treat for sure. You are amazing. Thank you. The viewers are gonna enjoy pretty soon.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Tell me, my question. Where are all the good men? Tell us.
Wow, we're gonna go right there. Absolutely. Yes. I love it. I love it. Like, where are they? Like, seriously. Let's talk about that. So
right.
Where are all these good men, right? So where are all the men? And so that's a question that I hear all the time. Like, a lot of times people are like, Charlene, seriously, what's going on? Where are all these good men? So I wanted to say something. And this is like really honestly true. This is kind of be crazy, but I'm going to tell you guys something. They're actually everywhere.
Oh my God.
They're everywhere. And you know what's really going on is we're actually not seeing them. We are not seeing them. But great guys are everywhere. And often us women, usually what happens is we don't really see them because, we are still thinking for the most part, right, that all the good guys are taken, or, I don't know, I'm older now. So, I'm not sure if I can find a good one anymore. I'm not that young. Or even if you're young, you still have all these like limiting beliefs. But the reality is, seriously, there's some really awesome, great men out there. Well, and we're not seeing them yet. We're not seeing them. We're not seeing them. Yeah.
That's great news.
Yes, I know.
So why do you think they are not seeing them?
Yeah, what's going on, right?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Well, what's happening is, with the work that I'm doing, what I'm noticing is the reason why I really specialize in the sense of, working with, it's my story. So it's my story. Working with women that are really, successful, busy, doing all the things. A lot of times, a lot of these women, they're doing it all. They're running their own household. They have full-time jobs, that it's not like their first rodeo. They've been married sometimes before or not so much. So I usually do specialize in more of like second time around. Okay. But it doesn't even matter, because it doesn't matter to me if it's your second time, your very first time, your third time. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we really choose great men from the beginning, right? We really choose great men from the beginning. And why aren't we choosing great men? Why are a lot of us women out there? We have some amazing women too. We have some amazing women, and they go out and they try to like date and meet men, and they keep, like running into like the same type of guys. Like, this is what I usually hear. Like, Charlene, what is up? I usually run into like the emotionally unavailable men, or, the guys that just ghost you. Or, like, honestly, the guys that just ghost you, or the narcissist, honestly. How many more narcissists do women want to meet? Just so they keep finding themselves running into, like, the same type of guy. and they're not sure what is going on. And what I usually say to women, I say, listen, this is the deal. One of the questions actually that I ask women, because I'm really trying to find out what's going on. Because if a woman's like, Charlene, I really keep running into these, these guys that are not nice, or they pretend to be something. You know how how this is, mama. You know how the guys, like, they, in the beginning, they show up, they show up pretty good, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you ain't that nice. So why do we keep attracting those type of guys? Right? What's going on?
Yes, that's $1 million question.
Good question. So this is what I say. This is what I figured out. I learned something. So often, if we are going out and about and we're going to go date, we would believe this or not. This is just what it is. Whatever energy and whatever we truly believe is actually what's going to show up. Okay. So men mirror what we believe. And so if we believe, think about this. I'm going to ask you guys a question today, because this is a question that I've asked hundreds of women. And this is how I know how to shift the energy and what's really going on with you and what is it that you want. So if we truly believe as women in general, let's just talk generalization. So if we truly believe as women, like, all the good men are gone, there's no more good men out there. And every time I get a guy, oh my gosh, he's a narcissist, he's a jerk, he plays games, he's a ghoster. Like, let's say they are in those positions, right? I asked them this question. When you are thinking about, dating and attracting a man, when you think about what it is, what is it that actually, and how actually do you want to feel? How do you want to feel with a man? Because if we keep attracting these guys that are, that are not nice, and we're not feeling good, and we're like, oh, this is just too much work. Where are the good guys? Where are the great guys? I want to feel, that there's good men out there, and I want to feel good with the men. So this is a question that I ask women. And I'm going to tell you, because obviously we don't have, the audience here to answer the question. So I'm going to tell you what I hear often. So I ask women, I say, okay, so when you're thinking about being in a romantic relationship and you're thinking about, being with a man, how is it that you want to feel?
Right.
And this is what I hear. So not in this particular order, but this is what I often hear. The first thing that I often hear from women is, Charlene, I want to feel safe. I want to feel safe. I want to feel that this man not only is not going to, like, hurt me, seriously. I want to feel emotionally that he's not going to mess things up. Okay. So I want to feel safe. One of the other things that I hear women tell me, this is another thing when they think about how do you want to feel? They always say, Charlene, I want to feel taken care of. I want a man who truly wants me, adores me, that I know that I'm his one. And I often hear too, like, Charlene, I want to be chosen. I want a man that knows what he wants. I want a man that's going to pursue me, choose me. I am done with the wishy-washy. You know what I mean? They tell me that, like, I'm done with the wishy-washy guys who, are like, they're hot, they're cold, they're not sure what it is, because I really want a man, is what I hear, to show up. And so often when I start hearing about, like, exactly what women are wanting, this is when I get into energies. And I know today we only have a short moment. So, it's fine. So we're going to try to, like, really pack this in as quick as we can. But when we talk about relationships and we talk about, like, how you want to feel with the man and what you're looking for, and we talk about energies, right? So we're like, okay, so why do I keep attracting these type of guys? Like I said before. So we have a couple factors here. One is our limiting beliefs. Like, what is it and how did, like, what happened when we grew up? What are the things that we experience and what do we believe true about men, about relationships, about women, about ourselves? So a lot of the things that we're thinking about and a lot of the things that happen to us have basically carried on throughout our whole life. So now we go out as adult women, right? We're adult women and we're like, okay, well, now we're ready to go attract these guys.
Right.
But why are we keep attracting these type of guys? Well, usually it has to do with your beliefs. What is it that you truly believe? And
Right.
usually also has to do with the stories
Mm-hmm.
that you've been holding on to.
Right.
So how do you dismantle that? And why are we still doing that? Well, what's happening is, and it's no fault to us women, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's just a shift in energies. So what's happening is a lot of us women now, and especially if you're a go woman or you're a successful woman or you're busy and you're doing all the things, we are very much in our masculine energy. And masculine energy is a wonderful, powerful energy. But when we are talking about romance and we're talking about romantic relationships, right?
Right.
We need to be able to understand that polarity, which is the masculine and the feminine energy. Polarity needs to be a part of the equation here because polarity is what makes it romantic, because we're not talking about just friendship, right? We're not talking about just friendship. So a lot of times with polarity and with women in their masculine energy, what happens is it's a shift, mama. It's a shift that women can make. And how do women make this shift? Well, that was the first question that I asked. I said, so what is it that you want to feel? So if you're a woman, and when I said that to you and you start thinking about like, so if you're able, you're watching this, and you're listening to that question, you yourself, and if you resonate to the answers that I said, then that's really going to let me know that you are a feminine woman. You're just shifting in your masculine, and you haven't been able to shift into your feminine. Because when you are in your masculine, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to go out and about, and you will continue on attracting those unemotional available men, because you're going to attract those type of energy men, because those type of energy men, let me tell you what they're looking for. They're looking for a mother. They're looking, I'm seriously, they're looking for a woman to take care of them. They're looking for a woman to do all the things. And I don't know about you.
Right.
But me as a woman, no. That's no. No, we don't want that, right? I mean, like,
absolutely not.
Is that for you? Isn't that the most unattractive thing?
Yes, it's super unattractive. Yes,
it's super unattractive. So if that's what's happening, we have to learn how to shift our energy, and we have to learn, ladies, how to date. How to date. We have to learn how to date in a very empowering way that we are completely, like literally just letting go of that masculine energy, that worry, that like trying to figure it all out. We have to be able to just relax and learn how to date. I'm going to talk to you about dating.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you so much. It's so interesting, everything you're saying. I love the polarity between feminine and masculine energy. And yes, it's super important to shift hats and to be able to use the masculine energy at work, but not in our relationships, because otherwise a man feels like he's living with with a man dressed up as a woman, with a man in high heels, and it's very unattractive for him, and it's very unattractive for us. So
correct.
And what's going on with dating? Why is so hard dating nowadays? What's going on there?
I'll tell you what's going on is because women don't know how to date.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now. No. Women don't know how to date. No. This is really what's going on. Men know how to date. Women don't know how to date. So we need to get back in learning how to date. So I'm
I
going
have
to
a theory about it, by the
okay,
way.
so I'm gonna teach what I teach and what I think about what dating is all about. And it is the only way to date, in my opinion.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
bring
So
it.
here we go. So dating is all about, let me make this very clear. Dating is all about getting to know different people. Okay.
Mhm.
Dating is getting to know different men. Dating is getting to know men in time to see who they really are. So I want to say this to everyone. When we first meet someone, okay, it can be a man, it could be a woman, it doesn't matter who it is. When we first meet someone, we actually don't know who that person is, okay?
Yes.
Because that person, let me just say this, that actual human being, they can show up however they want to show up, and they can say whatever they want to say. Think about that.
Yeah.
So when we meet someone, okay, so when we first meet someone, we usually, as human beings, we form what I call this picture frame on who we think that guy is. Okay, so this is what happens. So automatically, us women, we will go, and again, we're talking about generalization, just generalization. But let's say we go and we meet this guy. Okay.
Yes.
So based on, how the guy's either, his mannerism, how he's acting, what he's saying, his humor, his non-humor, all the little things, we as women will automatically start forming, and men do the same thing. We will start forming this picture frame of who we think that person is. So this is what I tell women. I said, listen, let me tell you something. You don't know anybody. You actually don't know anybody. You only know someone as time goes by. Okay.
Right.
So how do you do that? So how do you give yourself an opportunity to really get to know someone? Well, I teach a principle called funnel dating. Okay. So what I realize is that if you are a woman and you really want to position yourself to have different men come for you, not just one. When you are dating just one guy, okay, you're really putting yourself in the most disempowering position because you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't know the guy yet. And we're not talking about, listen, dating is going out, getting to know the guy, having a good time. We don't need to, we don't need to be committed. We don't owe them anything. We don't have to sleep with them. We don't have to do any of that stuff. All we need to do is get to know them, okay? Because when you're dating ready for this, you're gonna love this. Minimum, ladies, please hear me loud and clear. Minimum, date 3 guys at a time. 3.
Okay. So
3 guys at a time.
How that works in life? How
it works fabulous in life. Because if you're a woman, and you want to make sure that you are positioning yourself, that you really get to know different men. You really get to know different men. And when you are talking to 3 different men, remember, dating is getting to know men. Dating is not, I'm committed.
Okay, good. But different than that, I want you to explain the difference, because we understand that now that dating is getting to know men. But different than that, what usually women do? I mean, I have an answer for that, but I want to hear your answer.
What women usually do is
before they start working with you.
They go online.
Right.
And they go on a dating site. Right. And they spend way too much time interacting on the dating site and on the phone or on the app. So I always have women, I say, get off of that app, get off of that, get going, get to meet him, because you're not going to ever get to know who he is just based on the phone, based on the texting, based on that. Nope. And it's really giving everyone a false sense of whatever. Okay. So I always tell women, I said, so this is how women usually do it. They're on a dating app. They like a guy. They go on a date with the guy. Okay. And they have a little chemistry. They don't, whatever it is. They're like, okay, well, I'm going to start dating this guy. And then they go back home and they get themselves off the app. And now they're all, they don't even know this guy. They only went on one date. And maybe they had a little interaction. You don't know who this guy is. And now they go and they concentrate just on the one guy. So now the guys, sometimes he texts, sometimes they don't. And they're putting all of their energy on this guy and already like, oh, is he the one? Oh, why did he text me? Oh, what's going on? No, who cares? If you're dating, actually, if you're talking to 3 different guys, you're not going to be stressing on that one guy. And what's going to happen is you're going to get energy differently. You're going to be able to be like, oh, I really like this one. You know what? I realized I'm not into that. I'm into this. You get an opportunity, ladies, please, you give yourself an opportunity to be the prize.
Yes.
Let men compete for you.
Right.
You're not committed to anybody. Let men compete. And you're like, and if you're thinking, oh my God, that sounds like a lot. Well, guess what? You're going to keep ending up with these jerks.
Right.
You're going to keep ending up in situations that you're not even happy with the guy.
Right.
You're going to, if you think that that's a lot, then I'm telling you, then that is a limiting belief. That is something that we got to clear that up for you, because if you're already feeling overwhelmed by that, then something else is going on. Because really, as a woman, empower yourself, mamas.
Right.
Like, empower yourselves, ladies. Let's meet great men. Let's only date great men. Let's not be so stressing. Don't stress so much on the guy. He calls, not calls.
If he doesn't call, bye.
And you only can do that when you have some other ones. Mama, that's why I teach what I do. The only way women actually can position themselves in that, if they're also talking to other guys.
Right.
Because they get to see different flavors.
Yes. And it takes the edge out of it.
It takes
Otherwise, they obsess over one guy that they don't even know, and oh my God, they go on one date and then they spend 3 weeks trying to recover from that date. It's just,
so this is a foolproof way to stop all that.
Right.
To literally stop all that.
And how long do you recommend the ladies doing this? Like, let's say they do that, they're dating 3 guys, and one drop.
They're just talking to guys, getting to know guys. Yeah. We're not sleeping with guys. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're just getting to know men.
Right. So let's say one of them is standing, she likes one better and he likes her.
Yes.
How long? There is a time.
Oh, I'll tell you the time. The time is, there's a time. There's a time when the actual man that you're interested in and you feel like he's interested in you, when he actually, because we're just dating, you are not committed to no man. You don't know anybody, anything, until he actually says, will you be my girlfriend? Or will you be exclusive with me? And when a man actually asks you to be exclusive or to be his girlfriend, because we don't do no situationships, we don't do none of that stuff. We don't do confusion. It's very clear, ladies. And let me say something to you. As a grown-ass woman, you can do whatever you want to do. So if you want to sleep with the man, you can sleep with the man. But let me make this very clear. Because you sleep with him does not, you're not in a relationship with the guy. You are not in a relationship with that man. Please remember this. You can sleep with the man and just release. You're not in a relationship. You're only in a relationship when the man asks you to be his girlfriend or to be exclusive. Then when that happens, and that's a guy that you're like, oh, yes. Then you say yes. And then you say bye-bye to the rest. Right. And now you're in an exclusive relationship. So what is the time? The time is your gut. The time is when you feel that you really want to commit to one man. Remember, ladies, if we're going to commit to a guy, think about this. If we're going to commit to a guy, we got to make sure that he's a good guy, that he's a good man. Because people are like, well, how do I stop, like meeting jerks? And how? I'm like, oh, very easy. You take your time. You slow down. You have to actually slow down. There's no rush into dating. And you know what? When you get to know someone, when you actually have this way of looking at it, you end up having the time of your life. You do. You have so much fun because you're not stressed out anymore. You're like, okay, I'm not stressed out about this anymore. Right. That's brilliant. It's powerful. So brilliant. It's powerful. Yeah. I have been doing this for so long, and this has been the most successful way that women go from hating dating. Yes. I mean, like, honestly, like, they'll be like, oh, Charlene, I hate the dating sites. And let me tell you something, ladies. Think about how you're talking. Do you know the dating sites are just a place for you also just to kind of see what kind of men you like, what kind of men you don't like? That's why don't waste your time spending time on the site or texting the guy. If this guy is not moving the dynamics forward, if he's not asking you out, bye. Like, run. Like, no, because you want men to pursue you. You want men to be able to court you, let you know that you want them. Because women, let me say this, women, let me make this very clear. It really is a man's job to pursue you, but it's a woman's job to set the pace. We get to set the pace, ladies. We get to say, oh, yeah, I like you. Or we could say, oh, no, not on my name, no. You know what I mean? We get to set the pace. We are the ones that are completely in charge. We choose.
Right.
We don't have to end up with nothing we don't want to end up with. And if we're with someone and we're not feeling it anymore, guess what? You can change your mind.
Right.
Whenever.
Yes. What about those guys that, that they keep talking and talking or texting and they never ask them out?
Yeah.
What do you do with those? Let's say you're having a good conversation, but they never ask you out. Do you keep
so those, yeah, what do you do with those guys? So those are the guys that are literally not ready for you, mama. Because a man,
clear, ladies, those are not ready for you.
They're not ready for you, okay? Because if a man ever tells you, oh, you're the one for me, it's just not the right time. There's not the right time. You're not the one for him. Let me make this very clear. If he says he's not ready, then you're not the one.
Well, it sucks to hear that, though. It's like, oh.
No, it's actually, don't allow it to be tough. Allow it to be the biggest gift you received.
Right. So
why do you want a man that is not crazy about you? Why would you want a man that is wishy-washy? Why would you want a man that you're not sure if he's into you? Let me say something to you. You don't have to settle. Please don't settle anymore. Let's have amazing relationships with amazing men. Right. And when you do that, you're not going to settle.
Right. Yes, that was my experience. My experience was never dating jerks or anything like that. And now in hindsight, until I met my ex-husband, and that was...
Yeah, that was a whole other story. Yeah.
But in my 20s, I dated quite a bit. And in hindsight, I'm looking, why all the guys I have dated before my ex-husband were great. And actually, it was because I wasn't into paying attention to guys that weren't into me. It was like ingrained into me. If they don't pursue me and they're not nice and they don't, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. So
no.
Yes.
And I love that you said that. That's very empowering. That to me, again, is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I really realized something, and you know this too, because ladies, I'm going to say this, I'm 50 years old. I'm married for the second time. I was married to my first husband for 23 years. I really get this in every level. And what I realize is that, you know what, like, honestly, I know we hear this, but this is honestly the truth. Life is too short to be in a freaking bad relationship. Oh my God, you're better off alone. So don't even, like, it's just not worth it. And relationships,
they won't be alone. That's the thing that I don't truly believe that they will be alone. I believe if they're with the wrong guy, they have it in them. They appreciate relationships. It's important to them. So they will find another guy.
Absolutely. So, but I'm saying, if you're in a bad relationship, you're better off being alone. Like, get out of that relationship. Absolutely. If that relationship is not making you feel warm and fuzzy, honor yourself. Honor yourself. You don't owe anybody anything. You actually can't change people. You can't change people. So we got to stop trying to change men. We have to stop trying to change people. People don't only change if they want to change. Right. So we have to actually meet men where they're at. Meet people where they're at. So if you're meeting a guy and you're dating a guy, and as time goes by, this man is yummy, and you're like, oh my gosh, and he's like, wow, and he's yummy, and he's treating you with all this kindness and respect, and you're noticing as time is going by, he's getting even more juicier and juicier and juicier. Mama, there you go. But what about if you're dating a guy And he's a wonderful in the beginning. And as you're dating him, you're getting to know him. Remember, you're still getting to know Ricardo and Fernando over here, but you're getting to know this one, right? Like, come on, mama. And no, seriously. And if you're dating this
It
one,
sounds like an ABBA song.
no.
Fernando.
And if you're dating this one, and you're like, oh, and you see him rude to the waitress, honestly, and he starts doing this, you'd be like, okay, thank you so much.
Yes, it's
Done.
a matter of time until he turns
Don't
around.
waste
and
time,
starts
ladies. Don't waste
doing
time.
it.
You don't like you don't have to waste time. You don't have to feel like, oh, I'm gonna be polite. What is that all about? You don't have to be rude. You could be a nice, loving person, and you could literally be like, okay, thank you so much, and text the guy and say it's not gonna work out. I have a great life. Bye. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Oh, let me ask you a question regarding that.
Yes.
If you go on a date and the guy asks you for a second date and you don't want to go on a second date, you are done. It's
Yeah.
the right way for you.
Yeah.
And you said, thank you so much. It was a lovely evening and this is not going to work out for me.
Yeah.
And work for me. And then they text you, what was it? What did I do wrong? If they text you with that kind of like, trying to find out what's going on, or do you answer to that message? I wouldn't, but
No, you don't know. You just block it.
Good.
You're done. Because the deal is, if you are not interested in that guy and you were polite to the guy,
yes,
that's it. You don't owe an explanation. Just be a polite person. That's it. Let's just be polite. Just be polite, and that's it. We don't need to over explain ourselves. We don't need to get into this whole thing. We don't need to tell the guy, well, I didn't like you because you did this and you did this. Like, why do you want to do that to someone? That's not nice. I would literally, with all my heart, just be cool with the guy, and I would just be like, hey, it's not going to work out, and thank you so much. And if he says, why go, I like you like a friend.
Yes.
Say that to a guy, you're done. Say that, I like you. I like you like a friend.
Yes.
And they just, let's be friends. And I'm not looking for a friend. Literally, ladies, I'm not looking for a friend. So if you feel like you gotta say something, you want to say something, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Just say, I like you like a friend. Thank you so much. Literally, I always go, thank you so much.
Right.
Done.
Yes.
And if he still doesn't get it, block him. If he doesn't get it, then you have a guy that's like has an issue.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay. And that's getting weird.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It has been wonderful. Thank you. You had so much value and it has been so much fun. I love it.
Wasn't that fun? And that's another thing I want to say. Ladies, please have fun. We are all a little too serious. Like, seriously, we gotta loosen up. Right. Not every man's gonna be a serial killer, so it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
Trust your gut. Trust yourself. Get out of your head, ladies. Get out of the thinking. Shh.
Yeah, drop into the heart.
Drop into your body. Yeah. Drop into your intuition and relax. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Go out. Get to know different people. Put yourself in positions that you get to know different people on a weekly basis. If you're single, start looking in your city. Start finding out every weekend where they have festivals, music things, wine things, cheese things, art things. I don't care. Wherever they're going to be lots and lots of men. Get out there, mama. Get out. They're not going to knock on your door. I'm telling you right now. I promise you, they're not going to knock on your door. So you got to get out. You got to be in proximity. Right. So they come. You got to be in proximity, because I'm telling women, you're not going to get this amazing man in the house. You got to get out. You got to be in proximity, and shine and have a good time.
Oh, bravo. Yes.
Let's have fun, ladies. Let's be empowered. I love it.
Fun. Yes, let's be empowered and get out of victimhood, and let's do it.
Get out, mama. Come on, let's go. Let's bring it back. You bring the sexy back. You know what I mean? Sexy back.
Thank you so much. So I know you have a gift for the viewers.
Yes.
Would you like to share what that is about?
Yes. Oh, ladies. Oh, I have such a special treat for you. Definitely. Oh my goodness. So I have this. So what I teach, so I just gave you a little bit about, like dating and all the things, but I actually have a whole process. And I created this formula, which I call the Aligned Partner Attraction Formula. Okay. It's a trademark. It's the Aligned Partner Attraction Formula. And I take women through this process, which the first one, as this free book, you're going to be able to really, you know, take a little deep dive. It's a quick read, but it's a powerful, really like informative and things that you can do now to start, you know, taking care of yourself, start, you know, shifting your energy, and really be able to get out there and start having a good time and date some amazing men. So this book, I call it The Magnetic Woman, because women are amazing. And all we need to do is literally just magnetize these amazing men, ladies. So it's so awesome. And I would love, it's my free gift to you. And I hope you enjoy it so much. And if you want, you know, reach out to me, let me know what you thought about it. And, but yeah, it's a treat. It's a really great treat.
Thank you. And the link is right below this video.
Oh, perfect.
You can go and grab it right there. It's right now, ready for you.
Thank you. Yes.
Right now, and magnetize.
Yes, magnetize some great men. And really in this book, it's really going to give you a nice overview on how to shift that energy and how to, you know, really, let's raise a good man. Let's have some fun.
It's juicy. Thank you so much, Charlene. I loved having the conversations with you. You are such an amazing woman.
So are you. You're amazing. It's been like we clicked. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.